Good evening. You're watching Newswatch. I'm Maria Lisignoli.
And I'm Jordyn Prince. Thanks for joining us.
Birds of a feather flock together, but they also have a chance of spreading diseases. An ISU study found that diseases might spread faster in birds that visit feeders frequently. The research team tagged house finches with tiny transponders and tracked their activity at various bird feeders. These observations showed that birds that spent the most time at the feeders were more likely to contract an infection. However, researchers cautioned against removing backyard bird feeders, as the feeders do provide plenty of health benefits for the birds. Instead, they recommend disinfecting the feeders regularly to combat the spread of pathogens.
Iowa does not just walk the walk when it comes to being the healthiest state, or do they? As part of the Healthiest State initiative, the We Walk as One event took place on campus yesterday. Iowa was ranked the 16th most emotionally, mentally, and physically healthy state last year. Many efforts are being made to help raise Iowa's rankings closer to being number one. The event was one of the many things we can do on campus to help us become healthier as a whole.
Iowa State became a smoke-free campus in 2008, but there was a motion to include e-cigarettes in the smoke-free campus policy. The ISU Professional and Scientific Council discussed the topic of banning e-cigarettes as well as drones on campus at their monthly meeting last night. The conclusion has yet to be voted on.
An Iowa State landscape architecture student project won a national award. This award is called the Community Service Award of Excellence and is from the American Society of Landscape Architecture. The project was a group effort which took place at the Iowa Correctional Institute for Women through the years of 2013 and 2014 in Mitchellville. The award will be presented in Chicago at the American Society of Landscape Architecture Expo and meeting on November 9th. This award is a great honor and an accomplishment to receive.
And now we are joined by Austin at the desk. So, Austin, what is going on in the world of Cyclone sports?
Well, we have an action-packed Cyclone weekend with a lot of football and a lot of hockey, and I'll tell you all about it when we get back from the break. The Iowa State football team trumped Kansas last weekend, and they won 38-13. They now are heading down to Lubbock, Texas, where they will face off against the Texas Tech Red Raiders in a game that may decide their season. They're 2-2 currently with 2 losses to teams ranked in the AP Top 25, and they are going up against, or they have one more game to decide whether, if they win this game, it'll be their best record through 5 games since 2012. Cyclone hockey struck revenge this past weekend with a road sweep of preseason number 1 Central Oklahoma. Central Oklahoma was the team that ended the Cyclones' season last year and went on to win it all. The Cyclones stayed in control of the game on Friday, winning 4-1 and fended off a late rally from Central Oklahoma on Saturday, completing the sweep with a 5-4 victory. The 5th-ranked Cyclones will play host to number 2 Ohio this weekend for a doubleheader in a game that Cyclone hockey head coach Jason Fairman called one of the biggest regular season games of his tenure. The Big 12 has handed out its men's college basketball preseason honors, and the Cyclones are the most represented team in the conference. 4 Cyclones were given honors, including guard Deontay Burton, who was selected as the preseason newcomer of the year. Burton, a 6'4", 230-pound tank, transferred to Iowa State from Marquette and will become eligible in December. Big man Jamil McKay and point guard Monte Morris were both named honorable mentions on the All-Big 12 team. Senior George Niang, who was 5th among active players in college basketball with 1,510 career points, was a unanimous selection for the first team. The Cyclone season tips off in less than a month in an exhibition game against Grand Valley State on November 6th. The Major League Baseball playoffs are in full swing after an exciting wild-card round. The Houston Astros beat the New York Yankees behind the left arm of AL Cy Young contender Dallas Keuchel. In the National League, the Chicago Cubs took down the Pittsburgh Pirates in the National League Central Showdown with 3 Chicago home runs in a masterful complete game shutout from NL Cy Young contender Jake Arrieta. The Cubs have not won a World Series in the last 107 years, but this cast is young, fast, and exciting, and they just might have the north side of Chicago partying like it's 1908 all over again. Now that's all I have for sports. It was a beautiful fall day out, Jan. Should we expect to see more of that coming into the next week?
Well, Austin, we're actually looking at a cool down for tomorrow as we have this cold front sweeping through the state, but I'll let you know when we're going to see a warm up later in the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Jan Reitherd. Right now outside we are sitting at 65 degrees, and that temperature has dropped a lot in the couple of minutes because we have clear skies out there, which is helping cool us off very quickly right now. However, to look forward to, we have a hot weekend ahead and lots of sunshine, but Monday is looking to be a little bit windy across the state of Iowa. Right now we are in the upper 50s to the north, lower 50s in Mason City. Otherwise, we've got 60s around the state. Ottumwa is still holding on at 70 though. Winds though are out of the northwest, and we've got some strong winds. We've got 17 in Sioux City and 17 miles an hour here in Ames. So pretty strong winds out of the northwest, which are also helping to keep us cooler tonight. Those winds are being affected by this cold front that's pushing in through the state, which is helping bring some rain to the western part of the state. However, we are not going to be seeing that rain here in Ames. We should stay high and dry here. But Nebraska is not so lucky, and up in Michigan, they're also getting quite a good amount of rain. But for us here in Ames, we're looking just at some clouds, and those clouds are going to be moving out, making way for lots of sunshine as we go through Friday and through our Saturday. So not a lot for rain for us here in the next couple of days. Tonight, though, we're going to dip down into the 40s, 47, 48 here in Ames, but lower 40s up to the north. Des Moines and Ottumwa are going to hold on at 50, though. Tomorrow, getting up into the 60s, much more seasonable for us than the 70s we've been seeing the last couple of days. 62 in Des Moines, probably getting up to about 62 here in Ames. Tonight, though, dipping down to 47, a mild night. Clouds are going to be building in throughout the night, and those winds are going to stay out of the north and northwest. Pretty strong, though. Tomorrow, though, those clouds are going to start decreasing that we are building in right now, and those winds are going to hold on, dropping off just a little bit, but by tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see clear skies. Saturday, though, for the game down in Lubbock, Texas, looking at a kickoff time of 2:30, and right around kickoff, looking at 78 degrees. So a gorgeous game day forecast there. Looking at the next 7 days, though, lots of sunshine, 83 on Sunday, so it is going to be a hot day that day, much more warm than we are used to this time of year, but then we get a little more seasonable near the end of the week, looking at 65 on Thursday. More news after the break.
Hi there, welcome back. Tomorrow is the last day to make a beautiful rainbow necklace. This walk-in craft is put on in honor of Coming Out Week, and it is only $6. Whether you identify as LGBTQ or are an ally, drop into the workspace and show your support for an inclusive world where individuals can live truthfully and openly.
Iowa State is ranked 16th in the highest rated universities category on the RateMyProfessors.com website. This website has annual lists of different rankings. The category of highest rated universities is based off of other categories. Some categories on the website include professor rankings, social activities, campus life, internet quality, and reputation.
Country star Dustin Lynch took the stage at the Iowa State Hanson Agricultural Learning Center on Tuesday night. Brett Young opened for the singer. Lynch performed one of his most popular hit singles, Cowboys and Angels. During his performance, Lynch switched up the lyrics of his song at the end to add Cyclones and Angels, leaving the Iowa State audience very pleased. The event was hosted by the Student Union Board and the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences Council for students and non-students.
The Legion of Food will have food trucks this Friday at the Papa John's Sculpture Park for the Fall Truck Showdown. The event will be from noon to 9 p.m., and at least 23 food trucks are expected along Grand Avenue and 15th Street. 2 beer trucks will also be there, as well as live music from the Bob Pace Band, Frey, Gimmick, and the Deadline String Band.
And that is all we have for this Thursday's edition of Newswatch.
Come back next week for more news, weather, and sports.
And from all of us here at ISU TV, have a great night, Ames.